All right, well, let's see if this thing is working. And yeah, I guess we'll find out here in a second. It says I've been live for 10 seconds now. Waiting to get, I guess, trying to see a chat and see if anybody's here. So I'm just going to ramble on until some people show up. All right. I guess if there's anybody here, you can leave a comment. I think I should be able to see them. This is my first time doing a live, so it's going to be all over the place. I'm thinking going for at least about an hour. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I got a couple of some different brews back here I'm going to try out. And hey, we got our first comment. How's it going? Let me know where you heard about the live or saw it from, if you're on one of the subscriptions from the regular channel, or put this out. I got a mead and wine making group. Kind of put it out to them. I thought it'd be a nice place to kind of talk about some mead, wine making, hard cider. It's on the cheap. It's easy. It's fun. So yeah, we'll see if we can get a few more people in here and see what's up. My plan is to invite people into the actual chat here, so you can actually come in. I can drop a link into the little chat for this, and you can actually come on and with the video and everything and see what's going on and be able to talk and let us know your tidbits or whatnots about it. So let me see if I can figure this thing out. Like I said, there we go. Because I don't know if my chat's going to be the same as the other one. I actually saw Franchise Kicks page. Oh, well, I appreciate it. There's a double feedback. I thought I turned the volume down on that. Sorry about that. Yes, Franchise Kicks. You comment about his page. Love that guy. That guy, he got me into buying pallets and all kinds of stuff. My channel, I'm sure you've seen. Since then, I'm all over the place, from farming stuff to reselling. Also, it's all my hobbies basically, but I think it's a good time and I have a lot of fun doing it. So looks like there's a lot of lag. Hope it's not. Is it that bad? Is there a lot of lag on here? Yeah, like I said, kind of live from the name of the channel. I kind of live out in the country more, so internet's not always the best. But like I said, I figure I'd give it a try, and we'll see how it goes. Maybe next time I'll use my cell phone for doing it. The page, you have so many different aspects. Yeah, different aspects. I'm definitely all over the place with some stuff. As far as what I do, I like getting the kids out there and help me on a lot of stuff too. And the unboxing stuff. Me and my older daughter, she's 4. We do a lot of unboxings on another channel we have. For text to see it. Okay, so there's about a 45-second lag before I see the text. That's cool. I guess it's not too bad. I think I'm pushing out better than I'm bringing in. I'll close that down. All right, so yeah, we got 2 people in here. Like I said, this is just going to be, I'm going to try out some of the ones that I've made. And like I said, I'm in the group, mead, wine making, and hard cider making on the cheap. I do mean on the cheap. I mean, I use reused plastic bottles. This is some apple juice. And times like this too, I know there's some states out there that actually close the liquor stores, which could be not that fun for some people if you are a drinker or not. And so, being able to make this or have a lot of this on hand where you already made it. I mean, these things I made a while back, and it essentially stays good forever. It's got the high alcohol content, keeps the bacteria, from being in there. And my rule of thumb is just too simple. If it tastes like crap, don't drink it. If it tastes okay, your body's going to tell you if it's bad for the most part. So if you have half an idea what you're doing. You know, if you got the yeast, sugar, and you do see the fermentation, you're making alcohol, so you should be good. I mean, so far that advice hasn't let me down. So I'm gonna start by going ahead and trying out one of these because I haven't tried it. All this stuff's been sitting in the basement for, I'd say, at least a year. I'm gonna give these a shot tonight and just see how they go, see how it tastes. I got my little, who we got? Old Mills Winery. I think that's from the Old Mill. Yeah, that's from Gatlinburg. So I got their little wine glass here, and yeah, I'll try it out. Alabama. Sorry, I'm a slow reader, so you have to take me a second when I read some of your comments here. Alabama, I'm from Washington, D.C. We're preppers. Nothing wrong with being a prepper. There's some of the best people right now. And people ask me if I'm a prepper. I just look at them and be like, I'm prepared. Because that, you know, if you're practical about it, there's no reason not to do it. And this is a good way of being prepared. Not only, even if you don't drink, you know how to make wine, or you make it and you got it stored up. It's really good barley autumn right now. I mean, certain things in this, like I said, certain states that have closed down those things. And DC, you're from DC, that's a great place. My little brother actually lives there, and we've been to visit. I like it. It's definitely a big city, different than being out in the country. If you don't know, I'm from Kentucky, so we're out in the country, but not way out in the country. I mean, I'm only about 10 minutes off a major interstate, so good times though. Yeah, I got a buddy that's he's in the Navy, so me and him go back and forth all the time. We have we have a good time. And thank you for your service. Live in Texas right now. Oh, awesome. Especially if you probably might already know it. If I don't know if you've seen or heard of Jack Spirko. He does it's called the Survival Podcast. He's actually based out of Texas, so he's actually one of the first people that got me into winemaking and being more prepared and everything. So awesome. Yeah, let me see if I can figure out how to do some more of this stuff. And I'm about to, let me see if I can get on here just a second. Just hoping we could have a little more. I really don't know much of what I'm doing. Like I said, this is my first one. Lexington. Okay. So if you know where Lexington is, you know where Louisville is. I live right between the two. That's a small world. Goodness. I appreciate you following. All right. Haven't heard of him. Share the link. Yeah. Let me see if this works. TSE.co. This is his short link. It says tsp.co. Like I said, he does a podcast Monday through Friday, pretty much every day. Awesome guy. It's all about practical prepping, not anything crazy. You know, basically, if you follow what he says and kind of like what the stuff he talks about, you'll be better off no matter what down the road, if things are good or bad. That's kind of what part of his tagline is, you know, for when things are good or they're not. You know, having extra food, having extra fuel, backup power supply, you know, snowstorm, job loss, global pandemic, works for all of them. But all right, we're gonna give this one a shot. Smells good, and you get to be careful because there's a lot of settling on the bottom, so I'm only gonna get really one pour out of this thing. Let's see how it goes. Don't want the nasty crud off the bottom. Woo. Yeah, see, it mixes it all up. Yeah, when I say on the cheap, basic recipe for something like this is you can go and buy a gallon of apple juice, pour out, pour down a little bit, add a cup of sugar. Make sure you keep yourself about 2 inches of headspace. Throw a balloon on top, throw in some yeast, throw a balloon on top. That's it. That was good. Okay, wow. That is surprisingly really good. I'm not gonna lie, kind of proud of myself. Thank you there, unbiased opinion. Even though it's about 45 seconds late from what I was told. Whew, yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, if anybody is curious, that was my wife that said that hello good looking. Kind of why we got the same last name, I guess, too. Not my sister, because that'd be weird even if we were in Kentucky. Hey, look who just joined us. What's up, man? Dell? How's it going? Love the channel. Love all you do. Keep up the great work. And I'm glad that you, well, when I understand, I think you're feeling better. So, it's my man. It's a great guy. He's got a great channel, too. If you haven't checked him out, if you like tool reviews, tool deals, all that kind of stuff, yeah, especially when it comes to Harbor Freight, he will show you how to wheel and deal with their system. Hell of a job, man. All right. I don't know if anybody else is interested in coming in here and trying this out. You can do it with a cell phone. I'm gonna see if I can find out. Let's see. There's copy this. I'm gonna copy this link. Go away. All right, I'm gonna post this link and we're gonna see what happens because we got like 3 people in here right now. Like I said, if you're on your phone, from what I understand, I think you got to log in with Facebook or Google, but then you can use the camera on your phone and you can talk and you can come in here and join. So there it is. If somebody wants to try it out, and I don't even know how to let you in the room off the bat, but we'll see what happens. Oh, so I hope everybody's having a good evening though, because it is pretty late. I had, last day of quarantine. Well, congratulations, and I hope you had a lot of good family time at least. Ooh, apple pie shot. How'd you know about that? Who do you know, and who are your sources? Yeah, send me your address, and as soon as it's safe to send that kind of stuff through the mail. No, I don't think we should send that to the mail. But if you're ever in town, definitely hit me up. And I really wish I could remember what this was. What is that? Pure Gold Insider? I think this, from the taste of it, and this is, I mean, when you're making your own, you can literally just do whatever you want. I think this was the mango. I went and got like a gallon of that mango, and it was, yeah, mango juice or something like that. Yes, and I've actually got, yeah, that cider can get you in trouble. Let's just say that. And with the apple pie moonshine, like, I didn't realize there were so many. There are so many different ways to make that. And even using straight up regular moonshine, but some people use like what was it? There were some secret ingredients I heard about. I think it was like spiced rum in it, and there's some different. From what I use is just what I like, my special ingredient: brown sugar, half white sugar, half brown sugar, and then the apple juice and the moonshine. And to me, the apple juice, that makes a big difference. Oh, is Amber gonna come in here? Hey.
Am I the only one?
But no, there's 3 or 4 people in here. Well, you're the only one on the video.
Oh.
Can you say hi? This is my lovely wife, Amber.
Sitting in our bedroom.
Yeah, she's in the other room. That's we self quarantine from each other
Okay,
for this.
well, I don't really want to be the only one on
Oh,
the video. I just saying how it worked. It
well, I
said you could
appreciate.
do like 5 or 6 maybe on there.
Yeah, I can get quite a few on here, and I do appreciate you at least doing it though, so I can see like you just popped it down below and it let me add you to the stream. So that's awesome.
Okay, well,
Oh,
I'm gonna go to bed because I gotta go to work.
all right. Well, Eve said hi. I don't know
What?
if you can see the chat. Can you see the chat,
Oh, no.
or is it just a full screen of
Wait,
the
what's
video,
Oh, yeah, but I can't see.
the comments?
Yeah, I can see the comments, but I can't see the video at the same time.
Oh, okay. Well, they said hi.
Hello.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I'll kick you out of the chat. Have a good one. I won't wake you up when I come to bed.
Okay, thanks, bye.
Although if I have too much of this, I might.
Make sure you turn my laptop.
All right. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, yeah. So that was fun. At least I got to see how that went. Yeah, this stuff. The other thing is too, this making your own. It can be pretty stout stuff. I think this, because I definitely maxed out. Like if it's sweet when you're done, then you definitely whatever your yeast was, it definitely went to that level, and the yeast stopped. Kind of died off because it got too much alcohol in it. And this I made this super sweet, but this now that it's set for as long as it has. Yeah, definitely a lot of mango, a lot of sweetness in there. Whew, that's good. And usually, I can't even remember what kind of yeast I got down there, and I haven't made any for a while because, as you can see, I got quite an abundance of it made up. But it's yeah. Whew, that's good stuff. All right, now I guess I'm gonna give the next one a try. Oh, what have we got here? I don't even know what this one is. Yeah, I just reused all my glass bottles. Like I said, they just sit in the basement. And I say, like I said, a lot. I don't know if I'm gonna get this one open. Ooh. And I do like the carbonate them usually, which I I got a fun video on doing some forced carbonation with a bicycle tire inflator of all things. It actually worked, but it was a little dangerous. Fortunately, I didn't get some of the best parts on a video. You never do. But you just drilled a hole in the top. I did like a 2-liter bottle, plastic one, and a Gatorade bottle. Drilled a hole in top and actually put what's it called for the tire, like where you inflate your car tire, the little valve stem and stuff. I put that in the lid. Got one of those bicycle tire inflators that you hook up a CO2 cartridge to. You're wanting to put CO2 into your drink to carbonate it, and actually just turned it on and forced all that air into there. And yeah, it definitely forced some air into there. But don't use a Gatorade bottle. Did that, and that thing exploded all over the kitchen. Okay, this one smells a little more soured, but not bad. Let's see how we taste. And I don't know if you can see that sediment right there. That's all the like dead yeast and stuff like that. It's got a really nasty bitter taste. You don't want to drink that. So when you pour it, you want to be real easy. Try not to disturb it too much. Just kind of watch it. Probably shouldn't have poured a whole glass, because now you can kind of see. I don't know if you can or not, but it gets all cloudy. Kind of mixes up because that's why each time you rack it, I don't know if you know what racking it is. If any of the people watching right now are really winemakers or anything like that, but they're all racking it is, you transfer it from one jar to the next, and you usually just do it by putting a siphon in one and kind of making this higher, and then you'll put the siphon in here and siphon it from one container to the next. when you get done, you leave a little bit at the bottom. That's usually yucky nastiness in there. Whew. Let's see what this one tastes like. Oh no. See what I mean about your body will tell you if it's not good? My body said that's not good. Mm-mm. It's very strong, but not good. Mm-mm. I don't think we're going to finish that one. I'm sweating off that. Whew. But it was still fun. I don't remember one tasting that bad. Wow. Maybe it wasn't the greatest idea to taste my own. I mean, it doesn't taste like it's going to kill me. It just tastes really bad. Maybe that might be a mead. Because if you never had like real honey, honey wine mead before, it's got a weird. A lot of people describe it as a foot taste, which is funny because I heard that after I made my first batch of mead and tried it, and it definitely tasted like foot. Sweet and when he knows it's good. Yes. The sweet is when you know it's good. That is true. Like I said, I'm not a purist when it comes to it. I'm bad about the sanitation. I'm bad about but it's something people have been doing for thousands of years. Thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of years, making alcohol of all different varieties. And personally, I do. Yeah, I like it sweet, not bitter, or super dry. Now, Cavillon, it's got a C and an S in it. The Cavillon Sauvignon wine. I did get to where I could drink that there for a while, but it's such an acquired taste. And like, this how bad I am. I mean, I gotta try it again. Oh. It's all right. I was prepared. Whew. Oh. Sorry. That was absolutely terrible. I should have brought one of those. Yeah. It's all right. Got me another two. So don't be scared of failure. Sometimes it happens. I'm calling that a failure. Mike, okay, you said you mix yours with Kool-Aid to get the bitter out. Do you mix like wines with Kool-Aid? Because I'm really curious about that. Like actually like Kool-Aid after you mix it or whatever, made sure and all that stuff. You gotta let me know about that. This might be a tip we need to get out there. Scoot that farther away. I almost grabbed it again. Good times. Sorry. Oh. Hoping this one. I got big hopes for this thing. There's a lot of it, and I'd hate for it to be bad. But that's the other thing. We were talking about kind of prepping earlier and stuff. Don't know exactly how it works, but in a bad wine, like if it goes bad, it turns to vinegar. So I need to look more into that and kind of figure that out, because if I could alcohol, make the wines and meads and stuff, make vinegar, now we're looking into canning. Way back, my father, something called Raisin Jack. Ooh, in his bathtub. My bathtub ain't clean enough to be raisin. Putting that. But I've heard of what was that called? Bathtub gin. Still, oh no, not in the bathtub. For weeks, we'd go in the brush away the foam and scoop. Really good. Oh no, that sounds terrible. That's sake. Yeah, I've been big on this, but I haven't really drank, but sake, but maybe once or twice. We got a local winery here that they got, was it Coyote Red from Talon Winery. Now that's some pretty good stuff, like a good sweet wine. That, and between that, drinking my own stuff and Bud Light, you'd think as much as wine that I got made up now that I wouldn't be going and buying any, but hey, yes. Yeah, I'm glad y'all came to hang out though. Cause only about the bathtub, PCP. I don't know that story, but I'd like to hear it. That sounds like a good one. The mayor of DC. Look, I grabbed this thing again. About took a drink. I got to get rid of that thing. Ooh, that's as evil. So I'm guessing PCP, like PCP drug, bathtub PCP. Oh, that other mayor, as a mayor, remember up in Canada, he got in trouble for like shooting heroin and all kinds of stuff. That guy seemed like a trip. He seemed to kind of own it too. So, to each their own there, I guess. Sorry, I gotta get the taste of that thing out of my mouth. That drink. Didn't want to go crazy there. So, yeah. Anybody got any questions? I mean, this is a kind of a brewing, talking about brewing and stuff like that. Dale, you ever tried to make your own? Or Eve? I mean, just kind of curious if you ever mess with making mead or, hard cider's one of the easiest. Like I said, it's just apple juice and some sugar and some yeast. Can't get much simpler than that. Oh. You want to give this next one a try? Poured that thing. That was not the best. Set that over there. Cleans the palate a little. All right, we'll have a good one. Yeah, apple pie is some good stuff. Now, do you make your apple pie? Is this from actual moonshine made in the hills kind of thing, or is it like Everclear? I had a buddy back in the day. He used to make apple pie all the time, but it was with Everclear. Which, I mean, either way, it's some good stuff, but it's not what people always think about, I guess, is apple pie. All right, we're gonna give this big thing a try. $30 minutes in and three drinks, 3 glasses. Ain't that big deal, right? We're all having a good time. Got our fingers crossed. It's gonna be a good one. I don't know about this one. I think this was the apple blood wine or blood mead I made. I called it that. All right, just a second. No, cool. Yeah, sometimes it just, it varies. Like, there's been times where I can get the stuff pretty easy. Other times, it's like you don't know who to ask. it's kind of hit and miss. So, I mean, honestly, you got such easy access to Everclear, but man, my favorite is Sugar Shine. If you can try some Sugar Shine, that's the way to go. It's a lot sweeter. It doesn't have as much of the bitter, I guess, as like cornmeal or corn shine. Here's this bad boy here. Not too bad. It's pretty clear. Ooh, it smells stout. Yes, if once you make me eat enough and get it down, man. Especially like once you acquire that taste, it is. Whew, you fall in love with the stuff. And I think I've probably made like, I don't know, 7 or 8 different ones, and I've been all over with it. And I'm bad about keeping records. I'm bad about sanitation, so you get stuff from everywhere. So it looks like Arkansas is the place to get it. Ooh, yes. See, the smell on this one's not that great, but the flavor, that is good. It even has like a buttery, thick richness on the taste too. Wow. Yeah, this is the apple blood mead, and that I did make sweet. I got a video from back in the day. I got on the channel of me making it, and I called it that because I did honey, apple juice, honey. Where we at? And blood orange juice. If that makes sense. And sugar. I mean, I overloaded that thing with honey and sugar, and it had sugars coming from everywhere. But I made a 5-gallon batch of that stuff, and this is definitely worth it. Like, it's some silkiness. Yeah, like that's it. I feel ashamed of myself for letting that thing age in a plastic bottle. I could only imagine when a wine purist sees this video and sees that, yeah, in a Faygo grape bottle. But I know some people will be proud out there that a Faygo grape bottle became a badass mead bottle. Good stuff. Yes. What flavor is that one? It might catch up here in a second. But there's the question, just in case you didn't catch it. It's honey, or it was made with honey, apple juice, sugar. All added in. And that was made from a 5-gallon batch, and it's been aging, I want to say, at least a year. It's been sitting there. And that, yes, like I said, that thing turned out amazing. I'm completely proud of that. Wow. Like, I would bottle that and send it to a state fair kind of thing, and would not be ashamed at all. Yes. Depending on whatever, you do whatever sugar content you want. But I found if you do half white sugar, half brown sugar, when you're doing your apple pie, I think it's good. Mead, not just that. There's a whole chart if you look it up, because there's like melon mall and royal mead. I think it's royal mead. It's made from just honey and nothing else. But yeah, here's a question we're going off of. Is mead just I can't remember the name. Like I said, there's so many different names that they call it, but it's all alcohol derived of honey. There is no true definition of the word mead. Like people try to say there is and try to be purist on it, but there's really not. You can't own that word. It's so ancient, if that makes sense. Like if there's a name if you have honey and cherries. There's a name if you got honey and an herb. If there's a name if you have just honey. There's a name if you got honey and fruit juice. I mean, it goes on and on. And like I said, there was a whole chart that in the Facebook group that I got, was it mead, wine, and hard cider making on the cheap. I put it way back on one of the things. I mean, it breaks it down. There was like 20 different ones. But then, if you do herbs and fruit, what do you call it then? A melamol, mead, fruit blend. I mean, you know what I mean? Like it gets really, really ridiculous. So if I use honey, like to me, if the main source of sugar is honey, then I'm going to call it a mead. If it comes from, if it's like fruit juice that I fermented, I'm going to usually call it wine because, is wine just made from grapes but then you got wine that's made from pear. It's kind of like the pickle dilemma. That's what I will compare it to. Making alcohol is like making pickles because there's no such thing as making pickles. They're pickled cucumbers or pickled eggs or pickled beets or pickled beans or pickled okra. You know what I mean? You can't really just call it a pickle, but it's good. Ooh, honey and pawpaw. See, I know you, Dale. Yes, honey and pawpaw. And this last year, I actually wanted to make at least a pawpaw wine because I thought that'd be amazing. Because they definitely have a lot of sugar in pawpaws. I'm assuming you've had pawpaws. But yeah, they're. Whew. But I might have lost my. What's the word? Access to the pawpaws for this next year. Piece of property. Looks like it's going to be sold that I was getting them from. I got some growing on my property currently, but they take, like 3 to 7 years to produce, and they're 4 years old this year, and maybe up to my belly. So we got a while some actually fruit off of them, but definitely need to look into getting some pawpaws and doing a mead. Oh man, that just sounds good. Because especially if it retains some of that banana flavor, a banana mead, like, oh, see, now you're making me. Well, I don't know if you're making me hungry or thirsty, something like that. One of the two. Oh, and Dale, while you're in the room, I gotta ask because I've been wondering this. I didn't want to leave in the comments. That's dry spell. Yeah. Do you know Struggleville? Yeah, I'm sure where you watch some of my videos, I'm a big fan of Struggleville and PJ over there. He's a huge Harbor Freight guy, and I was just curious if you've ever seen him or not. See, I ask the hard questions for drinking. Man, that is good. We might have to have a second glass of that because I only brought 3 up today to try. So good. I'm glad to see that. Because, like I said, me and him, we've had some quite a few emails back and forth. And then I saw your channel and you're big on Harbor Freight, and I was like, this guy's got to know him too. Because I tell you what, some of your Harbor Freight tool or cart hacks, man, that was an amazing tool cart. So, yeah, I'm really glad I found your channel, man. Sorry, I'm savoring this right now for a second. That's some good stuff. I said that. Whew, that's some good stuff. So I hope, yeah, hope you've been doing well during all this. Whew. See, you've still been putting out some content here and there, so that's awesome. I gotta get back to a couple of videos or making my normal day job is a Kroger distribution warehouse. So yeah, so you can imagine right there between that and trying to do some farming and stuff, and gets a little hectic trying to juggle between the two. All right, let's see what else we can do with this thing here. Play around with this for just a second. I'll be back in the comments area. Said at or struggle with that guy. I swear he just searches for deals like it's going out of style. He's got me the hookup on some real good stuff too. I think one of the best deals I ever got was from him was that he showed me, I guess. It was that Tack Life stuff. I don't know if you've looked at Tack Life at all. But there for a while when they found out, they had some amazing brands going on or deals going on. I got a 12 volt oscillating saw. That thing was awesome. That stick not coming. Just got off 2 weeks. Yeah, I saw when you were making some of those videos that you said you were quite under weather, and I could tell. But I'm glad you're doing better. It sounds like. And yeah, I can't believe you're out there still making them. Oh, and not to mention, like, yeah, your editing. Yeah, I've noticed it getting better and better. Yeah, it was 12 volt, the oscillating tool, but for that home remodel that I've been dropping videos of, that 12 volt thing came in so handy. Just doing like plunge cuts into drywall, like for if you're cutting out like sockets or just cutting drywall, like cutting around little corners and stuff. You can't beat a little oscillating tool. And yeah, it was a little 12 volt, but man, it had some power. Yeah. There was a few times we had to cut through some pretty decent gauge nails, and I mean, it'd chop them right off. So I was thoroughly impressed with that. I just got their little the little handheld. I think it's like about 12-inch reciprocating saw, and that thing. Yeah, I got a video. I'm gonna bring out about it soon, and use the same battery. So I got 2 batteries now between the 2 of them, and that little thing is, yeah, real handy. I think on pruning trees or just doing like, honestly, just using it like a little cordless jigsaw, I think would be kind of cool. And it takes the same blades as a large saw. So, but yeah, that little was it the oscillating tool? I think I picked it up for $20. So it was on sale for half price, then cut it down to 50% off coupon on top of that. Couldn't beat it. But I guess since I'm doing a video on home brews, we should kind of stay on that point a little bit. Kind of like I use my DeWalt drill when I'm mixing. Because you can get one of those concrete, you get your concrete mixture, you get your drill, get all your ingredients, your sugar, yeast, water, whatever you got. Well, not the yeast yet. And the concrete mixtures, they make great mixtures to mix it up. Put it right down there. Kind of mix it good. Pit your yeast. Throw your airlock on. You're good to go. See how I brought that full circle from the tools back to the mead making? Let me grab another glass of this. I'm getting a little too talkative. Ooh. Yeah, like I said, this some. I need to put this in a glass bottle or something. Just a second, hold on. There we go. I barely even got any out of there. We started up here. I could not imagine drinking all that. Whew. Yeah, my segues are terrible. Don't even try. Oh. Whew. Yeah. Back to the different types of. Like I said, you can honestly you can put anything you want into a mead, a wine, a cider, you name it. I don't know. And I'm assuming since you do a little bit of drinking, you need to try out some doing home brews. Just the dead simple, the easy, simple way. Like I said, just especially if you can get your hands on some like good apple cider, and then yeah, like some was it in the fall? Like if you go to like an apple orchard, get you some the real apple cider with a little bit where it's still got this what's all that stuff inside there called sediment. Yeah, that's some of the best I think. Mix that, let that ferment for 2-3 weeks. Rack it over to another container, let it ferment for another. And ratio the honey. Like ratio the honey, what do you mean? Like water, use like a 1 gallon. I want to say, see, look, you're asking me questions, and I really appreciate that. But whew, now I got to answer them. And nobody told me how to do this part. That's why I don't drink on the news. Figured it out. But now I want to say it was 3 pounds. That you're just doing honey and water and yeast. I want to say the typical, without doing your gravity readings and all that kind of fanciness, it's like 3 pounds of honey to a gallon. I want to say yes. Now anything you now see, say if you say you started of 3 pounds to a gallon, and you want to add cherries. Now cherries have their own sugar, so you can actually lower some of the honey because now you're gonna get some of that sugar from the cherries. So when I made this, and I used apple juice instead of water and honey, that's why my sugar content in this is through the roof. And I definitely fermented it all the way out, everything the yeast had in this thing, because like I said, it had the high content of sugar from the honey, and then I used apple juice, which has a high concentration of sugar. Then I added extra sugar on top of that, so it was definitely sugared out. But I'll definitely say it was worth it. But yeah, mead will take a lot of sugar or a lot of honey, and depending on the temperature, the type of yeast, because some yeast may only tolerate 9% alcohol by volume. Yeast will go up to 16, 17, but that's usually under ideal conditions. So they need a certain temperature range. They need a certain amount of oxidation in the water to start off with, or your solution. I don't even know what you call it. Wort, because I think worts are in for like what's it called, like beer making and stuff like that. But yeah, it's all over the place. There's so much technicality is in this and that. That's why I say just if you're doing about a gallon, like 1 gallon, batches or whatever, the best part about it is you can play so much. This I actually made 1 gallon batch of it before I made the 5 gallon batch to see how it was going to turn out, and then I did ingredients and multiplied them by 5, which was a little too much because the ratios didn't exactly meet up when you need to leave headspace and stuff. And I don't think a 5-gallon carboy, I think that's how you say it, carboy. Yeah, the big plastic thing that you get water in. Because, yeah, I use plastic because it's so much lighter than glass. And I had a buddy that actually, he's had a glass carboy, the bottom of it just fall out, and it was terrible. But, anyways, yes, scaled up and made this, and I'm really proud of this. I ain't mad about it at all. So if you're going to do like cherry juice and honey, yeah, I'd say a gallon of cherry juice, you could probably get away with, honestly, maybe a pound of honey. You wouldn't need that much. Because and like I said, you got to look at your sugar content. I mean, all I did was a whole lot of YouTube research. Looked at a bunch of different things, and everybody was like, you have to do it this way or you have to do it that way. I just skipped their channel, went to the next guy that said, hey, this is how I do it. And if you want to do it my way, go ahead. If not, go for it. Whole fruit, what you probably want to do with that, this is what I've been told, and it makes sense. Say you're going to pick your cherries and you're going to make them into wine or mead or anything. What you want to do is you want to freeze them because that's going to draw the cells in the fruit. So then when they throw them back out and you put them into your mix, the cells are going to be ruptured, so it's going to be easier for the yeast to get in there and digest them, if that makes sense. But how much? I made a blueberry wine. I just eyeballed it. I'm not gonna lie. The guy gave me a bunch of another blackberries. He picked a lot of blackberries from his property, and he gave me, it's probably 4-gallon bags full of them. So I made him a blackberry wine from it and gave it back to him, just to kind of say thank you. And that thing was awesome. And I want to say I probably put half a gallon of blackberries in that thing, and it did spill over. But because when you're using like whole fruit, now here's one thing too: if you're going to be picking things like you pick them, you want to do what they call pasteurize them. Basically, one of the ways you can do that is you put them into your fermenting chamber first, then pour boiling water onto them. What that's going to do is help kill any of the wild yeast that's on them. So that way, whatever yeast you add, because some of the yeast, when it ferments out, it tastes like crap. That's one of the reasons for the walk and all that, because it's floating around in the air everywhere. But apparently it does, it's attracted. I guess it sticks or grows or clings to fruit more. So if you just took those wild blackberries and like shoved a bunch of them down in water, in theory, just like grapes, smash and pasteurize them to kill the wild yeast that's on there, they would actually ferment themselves just off the wild yeast that's in there. But you're not going to necessarily get the results you want. Now, this is all stuff I was told and what I've learned over the few years that I looked into it and doing it. So you want to boil. That's why they boil them, or you pour the hot water on there. That helps kill all that yeast off there. And then even if there's some left after that, when you throw the yeast that you want, when you put your yeast in there, that's going to be overpowering. And even if there's some of the wild yeast left, but yeah, if you're looking at a 1 gallon batch, and when I say half a gallon, like, I don't know, cherries, because cherries have a pretty tart flavor, and these are pitted cherries, because from what I understand too, you're not supposed to you don't want cherry pits in there, because they got something bad in them. I want to say cyanide, but I don't know if that's right or not. But you don't want that. You don't want the cherry pits in there. But pit them, throw them in there. I'd say do 2 cups, and then maybe like a pound of honey. But if you get a hydrometer, you can take a hydrometer reading. The way I take mine, when I do my hydrometer reading after I mix everything up, I take the reading and I don't look at the gravity I look at the percent on the, because if you spin it on the other side, it says percentage. It does a percentage of alcohol. Yeah, see, they're poisonous. See? Yeah, so yeah, you don't want to ferment something that's poisonous, because I'd say it'd still be poisonous even after it fermented. None of this advice is legally binding or something like that. But anyways, I look at the where it says percentage by volume or whatever, it shows you there's potential alcohol percentage. I think is what it says on my hydrometer I use. So I know if I got a yeast that will go to 12% and I'm at like 14% or 15% alcohol by volume potential, that means I'm going to have a 3% alcohol by volume that doesn't get converted. So that's going to be, that means there's going to be some residual sugar. Personally, I look to try to get at least 3% alcohol by volume difference, percentage difference, because if your yeast says it's going to go to 14% alcohol by volume, that's under perfect conditions usually. So that's probably not going to happen. So if I go to 16, then that's going to give me, if it does go perfectly, I'm going to get that much sugar. Worst case scenario, it doesn't go that high, and it's a little too sweet. And then if it's a little too sweet, you can always do it with, that's why some people that make a lot of, especially meads and stuff, will make a straight honey water and yeast mead. So it's just a straight up super dry mead sitting there. You know, and it might be 10% alcohol by volume. And then when you make something too sweet, you just add some of that super dry mead to your mead that's too sweet and blend it. I think there's a fancy word for the blending of it. I don't remember. But like I said, that's what I heard. So much time. I haven't really done that, because if it's super sweet, then I just drink it. You know, I don't drink it as quick. Usually I'll have one or two little glasses, and that's, or maybe one, because yeah, you can only drink so much super sweet wine or mead. Whew. And like I said, this is good, but it is a little sweet. So this will probably be the last one I got there. I definitely, like I said, I definitely suggest looking at and making it, because a cherry, like I said, there's a specific, I can't remember what they're called, but it is a specific thing. Oh yeah, yeah. Those are the crazy people that like the super dry stuff. I don't get them, but all right. Well, we are coming up on about an hour almost, so I'm gonna probably go ahead and log off here in a little bit, in a few minutes. Kill the stream. This is a good time though, and I'll probably might end up doing this for a little drink, have a discussion, hang out in the chat. Maybe twice a week, once a week, something like that. Have a good time, just pull up different topics. Maybe next time we'll do Hawkins Bar and tools. I mean, talk about various tools, tool deals, all kinds of stuff. Or, like I said, I'm all over the place. I can talk about plants, growing stuff, gardening, hydroponics, aquaponics. I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out and ask for some suggestions. So, Dell, appreciate you hanging out the whole time. It was kind of good to chat to you, and then read your responses, if that makes sense. Yeah, I'll have some more videos. Like I said, I got Pack Life video where I kind of did some stuff for that coming up soon. And then I got all kinds of projects I need to get done. Yeah, I need to self-quarantine myself, honestly, these projects done. But I don't see that happening. Have a good one, man. Everybody else that's going to watch this in the future, if you actually stay this long, congratulations. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And have a great day. See you later.